Jennifer here from Triangle Truth.
And I am Sean.
We're here to bring you something new that we're super excited about that we hope you guys get to join us on this journey. We're calling this our Manga Madness because we are huge manga and anime fans. We absolutely adore, and we each have different sides. I do a lot of like the shoujo, but I do a lot of the like action and the
stuff like in supernatural. You are very into supernatural stuff.
Yeah.
And magical. Well,
yeah, a little bit of everything.
Well, you've kind of brought me into the magic world.
Yeah.
When it comes to, and that is actually what we're here to talk about.
We're
is
here.
Jenna's, and actually it's now my favorite anime, and it's called
RWBY! I love RWBY! It's back, and I love you! So I've actually been watching the show since it first came out, many moons ago, back when Monty was still alive and he was doing it. I thought they did such an amazing job that I've been with them since the beginning, and I love you guys!
And I, on the other hand, have been watching RWBY for a month. She told me about it. I found every single episode.
Yeah.
And basically just watched every season once a night for 3 hours a night. And until now we're caught up to season 7.
Yeah.
So we're basically here, we're going to talk about
all of it. Just RWBY. Oh, I love RWBY. So the first scene I actually ever showed him was the food fight scene, which is the very first episode of the second season. And that's what I like to show people when I'm like, guys, check out this American anime. You're going to fucking love it. And he did. Thus, he binge-watched all of it in a week. It was kind of crazy.
I probably annoyed her with questions, or, well, actually, you never get annoyed. You actually like it.
I
she's
do.
Like, oh my God, somebody
like
finally is like,
yeah, definitely.
So,
so that means if you guys ever comment, ask a question, I love answering questions. Always ask me questions. I love to answer them.
So, where do we start with this?
The beginning,
right
the middle, or the end? Or we're not at the end yet, so let's just start at the beginning. So tell me kind of how you felt like the first season, like that first episode.
Well, the very first episode is what? They show up at school, they do...
Okay, so the very first episode, it was about 6 minutes long, and what it is they showed up at the dust business, and they're getting robbed, and you see RWBY in the back corner, and then RWBY and Glenda, which is the main head mistress of the school underneath the actual Ozpen, sorry. Spoiler alerts for the future. And so what they do is they have this huge epic battle with the spoilers again. We find out later on Cinder. And yeah, so Glenda is no joke. I want to be her when I grow up. Like,
right?
Yeah, I'm 30 and when I grow up, I want to be her. I'm just saying.
I'm 36 and I haven't grown up yet, so
I know, right? My grandfather was 75 and he still liked to play pranks on people. So I mean, what is the point of growing up? We're all kids here.
Yeah.
Oh, RWBY. Which is another thing about RWBY is she's actually 16 in the show, and everybody else is 18 to 19. So they've already had 4 years of training at other schools, while RWBY's only had 2 years of training at another school. And she's so good in this epic battle with her scythe / high-powered rifle. It's also a high-powered rifle.
It's so amazing.
Oh my God, it's so cool. Like, Okay. Sorry, where was I? What was I saying?
Yeah.
Totally
She was
distracted.
so amazing. Yeah.
She was so amazing that Ozpen, who interviewed her with a plate of cookies, and she was like, "Ooh, cookies, nom," which I relate to on every level.
And then he had that creepy moment where he does the old man stare, and he's like, you have silver eyes.
She's like, yeah.
Which will explain to you here in a little bit why that's so special.
Yeah, you don't find out for many seasons.
So we get into that, and then I really remember them getting into the, what do they call it, the trials in the forest. Which basically, this is where they have to go get some, what is it, artifacts or something?
Yeah, artifacts.
They're basically chess pieces.
It's a chess piece. Ozpen, you play in yourself. I see you.
How this works is, there's, 16 of them?
Yeah, there's 16 of them.
So each of them, there's 4 of each piece.
Yeah.
And you collect it, and the 4 people who collect the same piece are on a team, which is how... Nope.
Yeah. Okay, so there's also one other part. The very first person they see, they have to partner up with.
That's right.
That also helps kind of narrow it down. So those 2 people are instantly put on a team, and then they have to go and find the artifact. And then at the end of it,
so there's 2 of
there's
each.
2 of them. Yeah, there's pairs. Yeah.
My bad.
You will never guess who gets paired with whom. Watch the episode. I'm just saying.
We're just saying.
My favorite ship gets paired. I keep waiting for my ship to sail, and I feel like in this season it will. Let it be canon! Okay.
So.
Okay.
And that's how that goes.
Yeah.
And so you move on.
Yeah.
And you have the teams, which you have Team RWBY.
RWBY.
And that stands for Ruby,
Weiss, Blake, and Yang. Which is funny because it's Ruby's name too. Like, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I have never asked you, in the hours we have talked about this show over the last month, I need it from you. So I need your favorite hero,
Okay.
I need your favorite villain in the show.
Okay.
And why.
So my favorite hero is definitely going to be Nora, and because I relate to her on every level. I am Nora. The more electricity I get, the more I'm gonna backfire because I'm just like, oh, out, and it's just that I do the same thing.
Pretty much.
And it's also like I really loved her backstory, which we found out. I think it was in season 5. Was it 5? Her and Ren come from the same small town.
I believe it was 5 because that's when we had a lot of. It was either that or 6 when they did a lot of backstories.
Yeah, they did a lot of backstories for everybody. And I really liked how hers is just always, the reason she's always happy and energetic, and it's because they come from this horrible origin story. Just like horrible. The entire town gets slaughtered, and the only reason these two live is because of Ren's semblance being high emotion.
That and she was picked on.
Yeah, she was horribly picked on.
And
so now she uses her life goal is to make sure everybody around her is always happy, so that way they never have to feel the way that she felt.
Right.
And I totally feel that way. I had a horrible backstory, which you don't need to know about right now.
Slight spoiler, but when she shoots her gun weapon, it's a giant pink heart.
It's a heart! It's also a grenade. It's a grenade heart. It's a heart of grenades. She shoots it, and then it's just this heart, and then it just blows up everything, and you're like, damn, they gone. They gone.
Right.
They gone. Plus, she can stand on her own in a fight against any ground.
Oh, yeah.
Any ground. Any ground.
Usually, she's the one that they have do the finishing blow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right,
it's
so
great.
that's your hero,
Yeah,
which I kind of figured
villain.
that was going to be it. So who from the baddie side?
Oh, Jesus, they're all so good. Oh, God. I wouldn't say she's bad, but she's so deliciously bad. It's good. Neapolitan. Neo. So she never speaks, and she's basically like the under henchman of the very first henchman main bag. I don't exactly know how to describe him because he was technically a henchman, but he was like the top of the henchmen, in charge of all the henchmen,
Until
but
like
then making
two.
Yeah. But Neapolitan has actually survived past him, but she loved him. And she was willing to do anything for him, including destroy the world, which was proven when she totally helped set those bombs off and they got into, where was it, Mistral? No, they didn't get into Mistral.
No. I can't remember where it was. No, wasn't it the main town in Beacon?
Yes, it was at Beacon, yeah, where they broke it into Beacon.
Yep.
So, oh my God. And I just love her semblance where she can just like, it's illusions. So her and that umbrella can just pretty much do whatever they want.
In my opinion, I'm not sure if there's too many people that are better hand to hand.
Yeah, she's amazing hand to hand.
Holy.
Her weapon is an umbrella, so everything she does has to be in hand to hand. Plus, she's an amazing, I guess, acrobat. She does all these like flips and doodles and twists and
it's so cool.
Fabulous.
You sure it's not the mismatching eyes, one pink, one black? That kind of you like that?
By the way, I hate pink, but I love her. I love her. Her and Nora. I hate pink, but I love the two pink characters.
Yeah, I know.
Explain that to me. Like, I don't...
I think secretly inside you like pink.
Okay, so what is your favorite hero and favorite villain, and why?
Hero for me, I have to go with Blake.
Okay.
I love Blake. I feel like in a way I can relate to her. She's kind of...
It's the cat ears.
Yeah, it's the cat ears. But no, it's really, she's kind of the dark, kind of keeps to herself type, and
broody like Batman.
A little bit broody like Batman, but she also deep down cares what everybody thinks, and that's kind of how I am when you know me. I may not seem like it on the surface, but I really do.
What if that universe had a Batman with actual bat ears?
No.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, you got Blake with cat ears. That's all you need. But other than that, I like her, the way she uses her semblance, which is the shadows.
Yeah.
And whatnot. She's a great hand-to-hand combatant as well.
Definitely. And I love her weapons. They're just
Yeah.
hands, but they're also huge to go.
It's basically a sword that can also be turned in kind of to like a rope whip in a sense, and she'll flip around. It's really cool how she uses it, even in combination with the other characters.
Oh yeah, definitely.
She'll slingshot them, or they'll slingshot her around. She does it a lot with Yang.
Yeah, they're my perfect pair.
Oh, they're so awesome together.
I ship you so hard. Please sail.
Villain wise, that's a tough one.
Yeah,
because
there's so many good
the
ones.
one great thing about this show is that the villain's story is equally as important and shown to you as the heroes.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, though, I have found that I'm really intrigued by Mercury. Not Mercury.
Emerald?
Emerald.
Okay.
Because she...
A different side of illusions.
Well, she's mental. She's got a kind of a telepathy thing, so that's really cool how she can play mind games with you.
Yeah, she's like mental illusions. That's her
But
semblance.
she is so internally conflicted that I wonder from when you see her from time to time, where's she really going to go?
Yeah.
Who's
definitely.
she truly loyal to? At first, she is so loyal to Cinder, it's not even funny. But as it goes on, I wonder. Because you could see times where it looks like she questions.
Yeah, she's like, bro, why?
Her
Especially
loyalty
with
and
where
why.
she's at right now
Right.
under Salem, because Cinder's off doing her own thing, being all weird.
Right.
What are you doing, Cinder?
So I'm really intrigued with her the most.
Yeah.
So,
You think she might be the way I look at it is I feel like she might be the hidden, breaking point for Salem, which is the main main bad guy of, everything. She's been there since before the dawn of us, humanity, as an existence. So I'm just, she looks at Salem with not just fear, but almost like she knows that if Salem keeps going the way she's going, she will kill everybody. And I don't think Emerald is down for that.
No, I don't think she is either. And
She's down for killing the people she don't like. But innocents are innocents.
Yeah. Even deep down, I don't think Mercury wants to go that far, but he's not made his intentions quite as clear.
Yeah.
He's still kind of like,
Well, he was raised by an assassin, so it's kind of hard for him to... He's sorting out morals for himself for the first time. Because he's always been... When he was a kid, it was his dad who was a horrible assassin that came home and took it out on him. And then as soon as he gets done basically defending himself from his father, trying to kill him pretty much, he gets instantly picked up by Cinder, who's instantly underneath Salem. So all he knows is that way of life.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like in this last season to this season, he's finally starting to see that maybe that's not how it's, that's not what morals are for. What am I thinking?
Morals.
Morals. So, we're just gonna, they're a great pair though.
Oh, yeah.
Emerald and Mercury,
The two of them are
definitely
great.
two of my favorite pair. I just need to see where they're gonna go with what they're doing.
Yep.
Definitely.
I think, and I know one of the things for me, and I think for probably both of us, the reason why this show is so great, other than the story itself through the entire arc, is this has everything in it. You laugh, you'll get your heartstrings tugged.
Oh God.
The fight scenes, when they really, really do the fight scenes, are amazing. Especially the more the characters learn how to use their
semblances and their weapons in hand-to-hand combat.
I guess we should explain semblances here, which that'd be
definitely.
for you.
So semblance is every person has their aura, which usually is done as a protection. But then some people, like the huntsman, like RWBY or Ozpin or any of them, can extend their auras into other things. Like Jean, his is the extension of he can multiply other people's things along with help protect those around him. Yeah. We've seen it as a perfect example of, I think it was season, I want to say 4 or 5, the very first couple of episodes. Him and Ren team up so that way they can hide. So Ren's semblance was that he could hide emotions. Jean's is that way he can like expand on that. So what he did was he uses his aura or a piece of him to help other people like expand it. And that's pretty much what it is. So when you look at Ren's, he can use his aura as to hide either himself or like he did at the very beginning when he was a kid, him and Nora, and later on a whole train full of people, he can hide their emotions. So it's kind of, it's not magic, but it's magic.
What makes Ren's semblance important is the, what are they called?
Grimm.
The Grimm are attracted to negative emotions.
Depression, hatred, and anger, and all of that,
They can't sense you if they're not sensing the emotion.
Yeah. They basically, they can't see you.
Yeah. So that's like that. It's like a Tyrannosaurus can't see if you don't have motion. So it's a little bit like that.
Big head, tiny arm, Heather.
So.
I can't see anything. Don't lie.
So that's that. So yeah, everybody has theirs. RWBY is speed. Though
we have seen a couple people who are faster, but remember she's 16, so she hasn't come fully into her everythingness.
Right.
And then also, as you found out later on in these last 2 seasons, her silver eyes are really her main semblance. So her silver eyes, she can basically turn giant ass Grimm, like Godzilla size, to stone. Stone, baby. Stone, okay?
And
like,
only people with silver eyes can do this.
Only people with silver eyes. I do have to let you guys know, Grimm is basically, think the creatures of fairy tales. So, like the Ursa, like the bear. Like you see like in astronomy, they have the bear up there called the Ursa Major and the Ursa Minor. Yeah, Beowulfs and stuff like that. But they're giant, like shadowy looking creatures with like bone on them. And they can be anything from super tiny like ghosts that can like take over things, which we just saw in this last episode that we saw, to giant Godzillas coming out the ocean. Like, damn, okay? Damn. I'm just saying.
Right?
Damn. Also, there is a spinoff of RWBY called RWBY Chibi. I don't think you've seen it.
I've seen just that one little bit where
Nora just finally... Nora has coffee. Nora can't have coffee.
No,
it'd be like me with a Red Bull and a coffee at the same time. Okay, you would fall through space and time too. Okay?
No,
okay?
This
I
was,
would. I'm just
who
saying.
was it? I forget which two it was, but they're out in front of a store and he was trying to sense...
Oh, it was Jean and... No, it was, oh God, what two characters?
But yeah, so basically they're out in front of a store. One of them thinks that they can sense the, what is that guy's? Neptune. So he's like sitting there thinking, and he's like,
I can feel the bad. I feel there's something out of order. I can't think without my mustache.
And behind
I can't think without my mustache.
And behind all this is two guys stealing money.
And then his friend takes his mustache and puts it on there.
And then he goes, clearly, it's this fire hydrant.
No, it was a trash can.
Trash can.
And he moves the trash can. He was like, clearly, that was not in code. Day saved again. He walks off with his mustache. But yeah, I've actually seen all 45 episodes.
It's so good.
And I love it so much. It really expands on the universe. Especially so there's this one episode it's my favorite episode of all of RWBY Chibi. It's RWBY Chibi is a joke, by the way. It's not canon. It's just them in chibi form having tiny adventures. Each one of them is 15 minutes long. There's 2 or 3 skits in them. Think Saturday Night Live, but RWBY characters.
It's so great.
So my favorite one was Battle of the Bands. So what they do with Battle of the Bands is they actually took the whole season to set it up. They took the whole season of RWBY Chibi to set up this one finale. And you see, like, the Team RWBY is a band, and they play one type of, like, because, Yang has to be with her sunglasses and everything. And then you see another one where it's Jean's team. Juniper. Where they're, I think they were like a boy band or something. It was really weird. And then you get to, so Cinder and her people. So it goes Cinder, Mercury, Emerald, and then they actually had one of the ghost Grimm. Because Cinder can apparently control Grimm. Because her arm is Grimm now. Spoilers. Spoilers everywhere. Spoilers. So, they set up as like a hard rock band, like.
That makes sense. I figured it would have been death metal.
Pretty much. There. I see. I see what you mean. Well, anyways, they get to the season finale and they all show up, and Cinder's team starts playing, and everybody else is like, "What the hell are you doing?" And then Nora takes her drum set and turns it into a hammer, and they start actually battling. And they were like, "Oh, it's that kind of battle of the bands." And then you have the boy band just being like, "Hit me, baby, one more time," and like slapping and hitting people. It's so hysterical. It's so hysterical. Like, oh my god, like I did not see that coming. Yeah. Also, I missed the dog. I missed that little corgi. We haven't seen him since what, season 3?
Yeah,
I actually forgot his name. I feel really bad.
Yeah, because he showed up a little bit.
She.
Yeah, you don't.
No, that's Weiss's last name. Which, by the way, Weiss meeting that dog was the cutest moment of all times. She's just sitting there. She sees this dog, like, oh, he's going to live with us. And she's like, you mean to tell me this dirty, nasty, stinky little dog is going to stay with us forever? Oh, yes, I love you. Like, oh, my God.
Yeah. The Ice Queen is not so icy.
She's not. Like, I can't remember what it was, but there's a moment in the second season when something happens, and Weiss is like, I hate all of you, and then Ruby holds her, and she's like, don't touch me, and just keeps holding her. Like, we talk about that all the time. It's like, don't touch me, just like a big hug. So, definitely really great series for anybody. And especially, it's all in English, too. There's not really, like, a Japanese side to it, although I think they've done it. They've actually dubbed it and subbed it for people in Japan. Yep. Which is really cool. For anybody who's trying to get into anime for the first time, this is a really great show to try out, see if you're going to like it. It is done in the CGI style, and every season is leaps and bounds better CGI than the first one. Although the first one was pretty great.
The first one was great, but then you get to,
but they've come to, like, this season.
Yeah,
oh, my
6
goodness.
and 7, it's like, whoa.
Yeah. You can see as technology has advanced, the show has advanced.
I wonder if it's so much technology as much as maybe budget.
Maybe. Yeah, definitely.
Could be both.
Oh, by the way, it is done by Rooster Teeth, and you guys can always watch it on either Crunchyroll, Verve, or Rooster Teeth. Definitely great things. I love you all! Here's all my money.
Pretty much. I mean, for me, to get into a show like this is the way I've gotten into it, because I came from Initial D, Dragon Ball Z, and Wing and Midnight. Those were my 3 previous favorites. I was also pretty decently into like Prince of Tennis, but the first 3 were really, really what I got into. I still love Initial D to this day. I'll do another review on that one itself.
Another Manga Madness.
Yeah, that's what this is here for, because we're not just here to do comics and those TV hero movies, because I don't care what anybody says, mangas are comics. They're just a different type of comic. And anime is just an extension of that, like an animated movie.
Definitely. Oh, by the way, RWBY is one of those rare few that actually started off as a TV show before it became a comic. So it was a TV show, then it was a manga, then it was a TV show still, and then it was a comic book, which I think I just did a review on the first ever. Like, it was done by DC, which was really exciting. Yeah, definitely.
So that's basically what we're going to do here. Most of these will probably be us.
Jay might show up every once in a blue moon.
He'll show up every once in a blue moon. But, so now that we've talked about RWBY a little bit, since this is kind of the intro, let's go into a little more about other things.
Okay.
We've heard mine. Like I said, Initial D is still one of my all-time favorites. But...
Are you going to ask me what I'm... Okay.
No, actually, I'm not going to ask you that, because as I am a new person, and we plan to actually film me, hopefully, go get my first manga.
Oh, I'm so excited.
But as you being the resident real manga expert in this house,
so
let's go. I realize this is going to be hard, but let's take 5 mangas that you would recommend to somebody getting into this.
Just getting into it?
Yeah, and just give them a variety of stuff, and maybe throw in an anime or 2.
Okay.
So.
Well, I mean, it just depends. I need a genre here. Okay, so if you guys are definitely looking for something, if you tried like Bleach or Inuyasha, those are ones that came out in the late 90s, early 2000s. I think actually Inuyasha was during the mid 2000s. Same with Sailor Moon. I know you guys probably did. I mean, this is this is the world we live in. Everybody's probably seen at least the meme of Sailor Moon. I would definitely, if you ever got a chance, go watch the actual original Sailor Moon in Japanese. There is so much changed from the American version to the Japanese version. So the 90s was a little weird.
Yeah.
Where they cut out any type of like lesbians, they cut out any type of like love between underage and this and that. Things are very different over there than they are here. Yeah. So the shows are very different.
Oh, even Dragon Ball Z is
vastly
so different
yeah.
when you watch in Japanese.
Yeah, definitely.
You
don't have to learn Japanese. Read the subs.
Would you recommend Dragon Ball?
I would recommend Dragon Ball. Anybody who's into kind of like action and stuff like that. Dragon Ball Z, what was it? GT?
Dragon Ball
yes,
Super.
thank you. Super, and then the Broly movie are definitely all pretty amazing things to definitely be getting into. If you're into action. If you're into food, there is an entire library of everythingness that you can watch. And I love the way that anime does food. So it looks better than real food. Like, I'm already drooling. Excuse me. There's actually this one I'm watching. Don't judge me. Food Wars. No, I know, but it's not. It's not. It's not what you think it is. It's not what you think it is. It's about food. It's about food, okay? So, I feel like I gotta explain this to you now.
No, you're good.
It's not what you guys think it is. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. It's about food, and they do a souffle omelet that makes me want to cry of tears of just, why can't I eat this in real life? Okay, it's light, and it's fluffy, and it jiggles, and
it jiggles. Okay. Here's one that I'm sure a lot of people will be interested in. So let's get into magical.
So the number one, in my opinion, the greatest anime of all times for anything magical is going to be the Ancient Magnus Bride. Okay. I don't know if you've gotten a chance to see it yet. No? Okay.
That's the first time I've heard that title.
The art done in it is some of the most beautiful, almost you can tell this anime is made with love.
It's a manga too?
It's a manga and it's an anime, and it's made with the love. You can tell the artist and the writers in it poured their heart and soul into this, and you can tell just from the story and the animation. So it's actually about this young girl who sees the other world, which most humans can't, and she gets picked up by, I wouldn't call him the king, but he's really well known amongst the other world, as they kind of call it, with like the fairies and dragons and this and that, and everything is in here. Everything. They have succubuses, they have ghosts, they have fairies, they have very top-heavy mermaids. And they have these just beautifully done different types of dragons even, and this girl just gets to see this whole world, and that she's only ever been afraid of, because in living in cities, all you ever see is the like ghost of like not good creatures live in cities, as we can tell from this. But he picks her up and he takes her to the countryside of England, and she does have to go through, it's a very hard beginning, because she actually sells herself into, she was basically selling herself into slavery to try and just make a buck, because she knew she was dying. And it's always been known that people with the power that she has die really early. I think the oldest one ever recorded was like 21, 22. And she was already 16, so she could feel herself dying. Well, this creature, we find out about halfway through the first season, so more spoilers, is that he is an incomplete fairy. A wood from the forest type. So that's why he's this giant, he's just this giant like deer skull with like horns, and just 70 feet tall, but not really, like 7 feet tall, like maybe 7 feet tall. But when he takes off his cloak, because she gets threatened and she's in danger, and he sees she's bleeding because things happen, people, as we know they do, things happen. And he takes off his coat and he goes to attack the person that things happened because I would have attacked his ass too, like damn. You see this giant black cloud of like slithery death. That's the only way I can explain it, is just like death. And And she brings him back from it. She's like, hey, I'm not actually that hurt. It's just a scrape. I'm cool. Come back to me. I love you. And you're like, oh, fuck out. I love you. I love you, people. I love you. If anything happens to you, I'm going to burn down everybody's houses. But yeah, that's pretty much how that entire series goes. It's only had one season. So,
all right.
I love it so much.
Okay.
It's got everything.
How do you follow that up with another suggestion? Because you kind of got into that one.
Oh, give me something. I can get into it. I love me some manga anime.
Here's one that, for whatever reason, anytime I look at photos and just the title sounds interesting. So, Black Butler.
Love Black Butler. I've read the entire series. I've watched the entire show. The third season's kind of iffy, but don't crucify me for this. I can feel it. I feel it. But stop. Let me explain myself. So, let's start at the beginning. So, Black Butler is based off of Seal, who is a kid that his house gets torched, his family gets killed, and he gets sold into child not goodness.
Slavery?
That too.
Okay. Labor?
No, he gets...
Worse?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember, don't spoil it too much. We're just making
you find that out in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So he actually gets, the only word I can think about is brutalized, to the point where he can think that the only way out is either death or signing a deal with a demon. Which he does.
Black Butler.
Well, yeah. So he's a demon, and the deal is to help get everything back. So that's the show.
Okay.
That's the show right there. But the third season is a damn circus shows up. A circus of demons. Okay, why would you bring me a whole circus of demons when I've got plenty of demons? Like, we got Red Death over here and love him. He wants to be sleeping with, actual Black Butler. Let him! Let him! Okay, his teeth all sharp and, like, the red, and he's got the little glass, and he's like, woo! And I'm like, I love you. Bro, hit me up. And then, of course, you've got Cell's fiance, who's just a regular human girl. And she's always in this, like, really big, poofy, like, cutesy, like, 1800s Victorian era cuteness of, like, pigtails and blonde and curls. And then you find out she a badass demon hunter. Like, and it's not even just demons. It's like they get trapped in this one castle, and there's a demon that's turning people into vampires. And there's like a whole village, town, city population of vampires in this damn underground like basement. And then she's all like, I'm sorry, Syl, but I tried to hide this from you. And then she just takes out some knives, and she be just like, wah! Ah, you dead now! Like, I can't even describe to you the greatness that is that girl. Okay? Like, if you got somebody like that, why you need a circus full of demons? You don't. You don't. But the manga's pretty good, too.
I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
So, for the final suggestion, I'm actually going to make one because I'm in the process of watching this series as well. And all I got to say is, One Punch! Oh my god. One Punch Man.
I love One Punch Man.
Oh
They're making a game.
This show is
I'm so excited.
It's so freaking awesome.
Yeah, it is.
And the mangas, it's so great.
How far are you into the manga?
Nowhere. But the show's great. I'm sure the manga's
Cover
just
your
as
ears.
good. No.
Cover your ears.
No.
Spoilers.
I don't
need
care.
to tell the people spoilers. It's so good.
Yeah.
His facial expression is just like, oh.
Yeah, he's so blank faced most of the time, but the animation in this show is, at times, it can be the most simple looking thing in the world. When they start getting into the fight scenes, it is so great. But again, this is one of those, I die laughing when I watch this show. Because,
yeah, definitely.
Because Saitama, who's the main hero, is, Jesus Christ.
He's just upset that he's bald.
He's upset that he's bald. He's bored because the man literally can beat everybody with
one punch.
One punch.
Which, oh, by the way, have you heard anything about the video game? So what's really exciting with the video game about it is that you're not just you don't fight him, because we all know you just die. So the preview for it is it's him running towards the tournament that you're playing in. So you make a character, you're playing through this tournament, and you have to beat as many characters as you can before he shows up and punches you. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like
But
Jump Force.
that would be another recommendation
Definitely.
to get into it, just because if you just want something
Yeah.
that's a little bit goofy.
Yeah.
Look, because I mean the concepts
If
of
you're looking
every
for action
episode-
and comedy, that's
that's
to
the
a
show.
T.
Oh man.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Well, that pretty much will wrap it up for us, guys. That's some of our suggestions, and that is RWBY. Promise, there's going to be probably a review coming of season 7 of RWBY once that's all come out. We've watched that, but we tried to basically cover everything from 1 through 6.
We tried.
Any questions
There's so
you
much.
have, of
There's
course,
so much.
leave them in the comments below. Also, just let us know if you've watched it. What do you think? And
What's something you would suggest us to watch or read? Because I'm all about reading new stuff, so let me know down in the comments. And also hit us up on our Instagram pages because we're always checking those out too.
all right, guys, we'll catch you later.